graphics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now. 30 base. Shoot. Pilot, 64, reach.
Check 24, check 24. Hey, look, 3.
Gone.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Chopper! Hey, Echo! Ready?
From the gun, Patterson. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
15, Ronnie, 59.
First and 10 at the 47.
General West.
Switch it. Check 9. Say it. Check 37. Check 37. Slam.
Hard.
Rush in.
Greystone, travel.
Check.
Fire.
On 1st and 10, Patterson. Wide open receiver complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time.
You're out. Be grip.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and tackle him, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and 6. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
Check 3.
They'll run it with Kamara. And And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Check, 47. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, wait. 24.
They run. It's Gurley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, wahoo!
Check right 45.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 10th carry for Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Looking to throw. Patterson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Quick pass out to Miller. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen?
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Ready? 525. 47.
47 is the mic.
They go play action. Winston looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So spinning away. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Begin.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to throw. Patterson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 29.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Throwing on first down. Patterson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Leo!
Target.
Bravo.
Joker.
Yes.
51's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. 51's the mic, boy. 51.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check three.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think...
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Drop. Rock it.
Switch.
Now Kamara. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Jameis to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14. But it's now 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
51, Mike 51.
Play fake. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're running with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows what...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Patterson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
It's 3rd and 7.
Pilot, 64, weak.
From the gun, Patterson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10.
Hey, Delta. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Patterson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Here's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And some space here. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Jameis now on first down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Winston. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on first and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Second and 13. Looking for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, fourth quarter, that is a game-changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready up.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, high 7.
Looking to throw on second down. Patterson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Ready? 18 Gator.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up third and 2.
Topper!
Back. Jim. Kill.
2.
Back to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
5-yard
They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 64 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Kamara trying again, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll go with the keeper. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Lutz with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, kids.
Keep bringing it. Let's go.
Back to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 23 yards the pickup there.
23 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
Jameis now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
At the 43-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go again.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Saints, they finally taste victory for the first time.